Namaskar, friends. I welcome all of you on your own YouTube channel, Astro Journey, a Divine Voice. Friends, in continuation to our Bhrigu Nandi Nadi series free course, today we will discuss about the planetary combination that are responsible for skin disease, blood disease, asthma, spinal cord disease, heart disease, hallucination, rheumatic pains, and accidents. So, let's start our discussion. Before starting my discussion, this is my request. Please like, share, and subscribe this channel. If you are new on this channel, don't forget to press the bell icon so that all our notifications reach to you at the earliest. Hmm. Hmm. Friends, Mercury is significator of skin as per Bhrigu Nandi Nadi. If moon aspects Mercury, it is if moon is associated with the Mercury in the same sign, fifth to it or ninth to it, or 3, 7, 11. Sorry. If moon is positioned 12th and second from the Mercury, it indicates skin disease. The native may have skin disease. If Rahu is aspecting Mercury or conjunct with the Mercury in the same sign or 12th or second from the Mercury, it indicates that the native may have black marks on his body due to some skin disease. If Ketu is aspecting the Mercury, it indicates red marks on the native's body. If Jupiter is aspected by more than one fiery planets are Sun, Mars, and Ketu. If Jupiter is aspected by Sun and Mars or Ketu or more than two fiery planets, it indicates that the person is likely to have skin irritation or pimples on his face due to this combination. If Jupiter, Mars, and Rahu are in trine or in the same sign, it indicates that native may suffer from smallpox. If Jupiter and Venus are in conjunction or are in trine connection or involving Mercury in this combination, it indicates the native may have smooth, silky, soft skin or a beautiful skin. If Mars and Mercury are conjunct in the birth chart or in a trine connection, it indicates rough skin. The native may have rough skin. We will take an example chart. In this chart, in sixth house, there is Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Ketu. Rahu is in the 12th sign. Sun is in the 7th sign. Mars is in the 8th sign. Jupiter is in the 11th sign. The native is suffering from white leprosy. Now here you see Mercury is under the influence of Moon and Sun is second to the Mercury. And again Jupiter is Jupiter is in trine connection with the Sun. Okay, so here what we see, there are multiple negative aspects on Mercury. So the person here is suffering from white leprosy. Now we will discuss about the blood related disease. If Mars and Rahu are conjunct in the birth chart or in the trine connection or 12th or second, it indicates the blood related disease due to the impurity of the blood. If the native may have polluted blood. If Ketu and Mars are conjunct or in trine connection or second and 12th to each other, it indicates that the native may have defective blood circulation. The blood will not circulate properly in the native's body. It may give rise to high or low blood pressure or pain in some particular area of the body, especially it can affect the knees, shoulders, and spinal cord area of the person. If the Mars and Saturn are conjunct in the birth chart, they are in trine connection, they are 2 or 12 connection from each other, or they are 3 7 11 in a 3 7 11 connection aspect. It indicates polluted blood or blood related, which give birth to blood related disease. If Mars and Jupiter are conjunct in native's birth chart, it indicates the native may suffer from high blood pressure. Now, we will talk about heart-related disease and also discuss the example birth charts. If Jupiter is aspected by more than one fiery planet, the native may have heart-related troubles. Maybe he may suffer from heart attack, or have a hole in his heart, or the native may go bypass surgery due to some heart-related problem. In this first example, Rahu is in the Lagna, Jupiter is in the 5th house, 7th house is occupied by Ketu, 8th house is occupied by Venus, 10th house is occupied by Sun and Mercury, 11th house is occupied by Mars, and 12th house is occupied by Saturn. Here you see uh, Mars is positioned 7th from the Jupiter. And now you say that Sun is 8th from the Jupiter, how it is influencing Jupiter. Here you see there is something depositor theory. Depositor means if Jupiter is there in Sun zodiac sign, then the Sun is the depositor of Jupiter. So here Jupiter is positioned in Leo sign. So Jupiter is under the influence of Sun as well as under the influence of Mars. Here the native have is suffering from heart disease and he has to go through bypass surgery. In this second example, in Lagna, there is Sun, Moon, and Venus. 12th house, there is Mercury. 3rd house is occupied by Saturn and Rahu. 5th house is occupied by Jupiter. And 11th house is occupied by Mars. And 9th house is occupied by Ketu. Here you see Jupiter is 7th from the Mars. Mars is aspecting Jupiter. Sun is in trine connection to Jupiter. And Ketu is in trine connection to Jupiter. So there is influence, Jupiter is under the combined influence of 3 fiery planets, Mars, Ketu, and Sun. Here, native is also suffering from heart disease. In this chart, if you see, second example chart for heart disease person, Jupiter is in the Lagna conjunct with Saturn, Rahu is in the 6th sign, Mercury, Venus, and Mangal is in the 7th sign, 8th sign is occupied by Sun and Moon in Scorpio, 12th Pisces is occupied by Ketu. Now, Ketu is 12th from Jupiter. So Jupiter is under the influence of Ketu. Mangal, Mars is 7th from the Jupiter. And if you see Jupiter is in Aries, Sun is in Scorpio. So according to the depositor law, they are having a common depositor, that is Mars. So here also Jupiter is under the combined influence of Ketu, Sun, and Mars. And native is also suffering from heart problems. Now we will discuss about the asthma. If the Jupiter in the birth chart of the native is aspected by more than one watery planet, that is Chandra and Venus, Moon and Venus, there are chances that the native may suffer from asthmatic problem or the problems related to respiratory system. If we talk about urinal problems, if Venus is aspected by Chandra or Moon and conjunct with the Moon or in trine to Moon, It indicates the native may suffer from diabetes, may suffer from uterus troubles, indigestion, urinary infection, kidney troubles, and bladder troubles. If Venus is conjunct with Ketu also, it also indicates troubles regarding the private parts of female or urinal troubles, rheumatic pains. If Rahu or Ketu aspects Jupiter or Saturn and natal Jupiter, the person may suffer from rheumatic pain. We will take the example chart. Here you see, I am not going to explain about the position of the planets as it is clearly visible in the both the birth chart. We will talk about the combination and its effects only. Here you see Jupiter is placed 12th to Ketu. Ketu is second from the Jupiter and Saturn is conjunct with the Rahu. So Saturn is also under the influence of Rahu as well as Jupiter is also under the influence of Ketu, and the person is suffering from rheumatic pains. In the second example, you see Jupiter is with Rahu, Saturn is in trine to Ketu. So Saturn is influenced by Ketu and Jupiter is influenced by Rahu, and the native is suffering from pneumatic pains. Sorry, this is a polio chart. Here, condition is the same. The native is not able, is having improper limbs, problem in motion, and then as the Saturn is the karka for feet and Ketu detached, so the native is not able to walk properly. If we talk about piles, if Jupiter, Mars and Ketu are conjunct in the same sign or in trine connection, like 5 and 9. We are not considering 3, 7, 11. Please note it down. Then the person may suffer from piles. If moon is also involved in this conjunction, it indicates that the person may suffer from cancerous diseases. If Rahu aspects the Mercury or Mars, there the native may suffer from spinal cord disorders. If Jupiter is in the same sign or in the same direction, that is 5 and 11 from each other, I am here, we are not taking 2 and 12 and 3, 7, 11 sign. We are taking only same direction, that is trine connection, and the same sign, the person may suffer from accidents. And if Saturn is under the influence of Mars and Rahu in the same sign or in the trine connection, there are also chances of accidents. We will discuss this through two example charts. Again, I am not telling about the planetary placement. I am just focusing on the combination of the planet. So here you see Jupiter is in trine connection to Mars and Rahu. First condition is fulfilled. And Saturn is also aspecting Jupiter, and Saturn is also making 3, 7, 11 with Rahu. We are not taking 3, 7, 11, but Mars and Rahu are in the same trine. Mars to Jupiter. Person suffers from accident. In the second example, Jupiter and Mars are conjunct together. Jupiter is in trine to Rahu and Rahu is in trine to Saturn. Saturn is also placed in trine to Jupiter. So Jupiter and Karma Karaka Saturn both are under the influence of Mars and Rahu, and the person suffers from accident. Here we will, if we talk about suicidal tendencies, if the moon, Mars and Rahu are in the same sign or in the same trine to each other, then the person has suicidal tendencies. If the Moon and Rahu are in the same sign or in the same trine, there are chances that person may go mad or hallucination. He may suffer from hallucination. If Sun and Moon are in the same sign, and this combination is expected by Saturn and Rahu, there are chances the person may suffer from migraine or his half head will pain. Here you see Saturn is in the Lagna, expecting Moon and Sun in the seventh house. And Rahu is also in the trine to this combination, Moon and Sun, and the person is suffering from migraine problem. His half head aches too much. And in this second example chart, you see Sun, Moon is conjunct with Saturn, and Rahu is in trine to Sun and the Moon. Again, here the person is suffering from migraine. So friends, I hope this information will be helpful to you. If you like my content and my efforts, please like, share and subscribe this channel. Till then, namaskar.